to this century's Three Legs, Four Wheels F1 podcast. It's Paul here with
Sean,
Chris,
and Kieran.
We are back. Sorry we've been away. Everything has happened in the last few months in the wide world. I've forgotten how to speak. I'm getting fold back in my headphones so I can actually hear myself with a little bit of a delay, like we were talking about earlier, Chris. And
Yes.
I am going to sound
like you are in a row. Someone help.
how is this happening? Because I don't think I am getting that, and yet I'm on the same connection as you, presumably.
No idea. I do not
I
know.
left my water downstairs.
Oh.
Do we need a
all gone
water
wrong.
break already? And we're like a minute in.
I mean, just to call back to the last show we did all those months ago. If you're going to go get it, don't set a timer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
forgot about
God.
that. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Don't put it in the freezer.
No. I've had my ice cream. I've had my cup of tea. I've just left my water. Probably in the freezer.
In that case, just take it out and put it in the next one. It'll be ice.
I'm confused.
Then you won't need to put the next one in the fridge.
Ah,
okay.
there we go.
Rotation.
Hey.
Quad rotation.
Yes.
Oh dear, I'm wasted here.
Salva 2011. Oh no, 14. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right, so what has happened in the wild and wonderful world of F1 since watching the movie put us all off
Yes,
watching
the
the
movie
sport?
was bad.
I've got a confession to make. After we recorded the podcast that night, which was the same day that me and Sean had watched the F1 film, I finished mixing the podcast and then I watched the Gran Turismo movie, and all of a sudden F1 didn't seem as bad.
No movie based
Gran
on a game
Turismo
is
movie.
good. No movie based on a game is good.
Yeah, Gran Turismo the movie with Jerry Horner as Jan Mardenborough's mum.
Oh, that one. Oh, dear.
Jan
Oh, my
Mardenborough's
word. That's not right.
Yeah.
For a couple of reasons, that's not right. But more specifically, that's not right.
It was terrible.
Wasn't Jan Mardenborough the one? Oh, wait a second. Am I getting confused between drivers who didn't quite make Formula One? The one who was sponsored entirely by biscuits, or was that Jordan King?
That was Jordan
King.
King.
Because Daddy ran Sainsbury's, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah. Who was teammates with the first actual professional driver to get in touch with this show at any point, Norman Nato.
Yes, Norman Nato. Yeah, he was he used to like all of our posts. Not all of them, but like the funny ones. He clearly used to listen to the podcast. So
If you're still listening, Norman, get in touch. But Jan Mardenborough was the one who basically won a competition on the PlayStation and ended up driving in Le Mans.
He was in GP3 and GP2 for a while, wasn't he?
He had done a little bit of sort of open wheel racing, I think, before the game.
Talking of other bad casting in that film, it's one thing with Jerry Horner as Jan Mardenborough's mum, but the role of the circuit at Le Mans was played by the Hungaro Ring.
Excellent.
Not picture identical.
It was all fine and good until they sort of came around the last couple of bends with Le Mans painted on the track, but it was obviously not Le Mans because Le Mans isn't painted on the track in the middle of the track.
but I mean, how else would you believe that it was Le Mans?
Well,
Much like in that Senna TV series, how else would you believe that that's all of the British racing tracks in the same place? That's clearly not Britain.
Or Rush, where it's round 2, such and such, that's Brands Hatch. Round 3, Barcelona, that's Brands Hatch. Mm-hmm. Round 4, Brands Hatch, that's Paul Ricard.
I think basically what we're getting here is it is difficult to do a good motorsport
I think
movie.
as well, whatever circuit you want to be on, that circuit is clearly just not available for racing or filming on that day.
The Senna TV show and how they made it was insane. Like when they actually got to like Formula One and things like that, and how they decided to make the circuit look like Monaco, and it just it wasn't Monaco. They weren't filming Formula One cars at Monaco, but they really made it look like they were. So the Senna TV series definitely worth watching.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's on our list.
Not actually done that. I've only just started watching season 1 of Severance.
Well, we haven't got there yet.
No, same.
We're on season 4 of Hacks, which I can widely
Of
recommend.
what? Hats?
Hacks.
Hacks? Sorry, I heard hats. So I was like, there's a TV show about hats? What?
We've just made it to the bowler. So we speak into the remote because we're lazy, and every time I say hacks, it goes sex. No, no, hacks.
Please never talk on your radio show about hacking into anything. Many complaints coming your way, Kieran.
I'm one confused person who thinks you're talking about hats.
Yes. Yeah. This person's a mystery. They want sex. They want hats. None of it makes sense. Then they watch neither.
Sounds like a Jane's Addiction song. So, anyway, Formula One. We've had a summer break. We've had a silly season. We've had the Cadillac announcement. In fact, we've had 3 Cadillac announcements
did we
now.
have much of a silly season, or was it just the Cadillac announcements?
I think since we've last recorded, Max confirmed he's staying at Red Bull. Maybe that was... I don't know.
That was about as silly as it got, I think. What do we think to the Cadillac lineup?
I think I have the same, or rather a very similar opinion to Kieran on this, given what we've said on our chat group, in that it's great that they've got 2 experienced drivers in to kickstart the team, get everything going, but that's not a long-term vision. 3 years' time, neither of those drivers are going to be in Formula One. So, yeah. I mean, what is the goal here? Is the goal just to get off the ground and then worry about a driver later? I would have preferred to see one of those 2 and a younger driver on a longer-term contract, similar to what Sauber have done with Hülkenberg and Bortoletto as they transition into Audi.
I read quite a good interview with Gunther Steiner before the announcement was made, and sort of talking about coming in as a new team and sort of picking your drivers. And he was very much sort of reflecting on Haas, that, you need 2 people who have driven in F1 before, because if you have someone who has nothing to benchmark against, you just don't know whether the car's good, the car's bad, the driver's good, the driver's bad. You need someone who you have at least a bit of a sort of a benchmark to kind of know what you're doing.
Yeah. That's a fair statement.
Yeah,
which is what Haas got wrong back in 2021.
With Esteban Gutierrez.
They designed a new car in 2021, and then they put 2 rookies in it who were nowhere near up to speed. And also Esteban Gutierrez in 2016.
So I'm just trying to think of any new teams that started up with a rookie lineup.
There was the glut of them that all came in at the same time, wasn't there? Your HRTs, your Marussias.
Yeah, I mean, do they actually count as real teams? Because they were just there for tax write-off purposes.
None of them are still going, are they?
No.
None of those teams are still going, but the BAR had did Jack Villeneuve sign from the word go?
And Zonta, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ricardo Zonta, and he was well, BAR were completely a joke in the first year anyway.
Yeah, the Caterham HRT and Marussia Virgin, whatever you want to call them, Manor Racing, the trio that entered, was it 2010 they came in? That was poorly managed by Formula One more than anything, because Haas came in 2015 and proved that that's a model that you could follow. But I think the rules that came in around Haas entering Formula One came in because we had a couple of years of only having 18 cars on the grid, and which was weird because I think Manor were the last team to fold. They didn't quite make it to the 2014 season, I think.
So no, they made it further than that.
They became. Is that when they became Marussia around then? So they did a few
I
more
think
years as
was
Russia.
Do you know what?
Virgin.
I'm literally relying on my memory here, so I might have to Google it. But I think they failed in 2014. Caterham folded at the end of 2013, and I think HRT went in 2011. So I think they only
I think HRT went at the end of 2012, if I remember right, because I will say the last race of the season was when Carter Cahan was told, for the sake of our budget, we just need to sell the car, don't smash it up. And he hit
Right.
Rosberg. I think
Amazing.
that was 2012. Caterham were around in 2014 because that's when they did their silly fundraiser thing to get onto the grid, and I bought
I
a
thought
pen
that was the year
or a
before.
badge. I think that was 2014. And Manor, they were in the race where Felipe Massa nearly retired in Brazil when it was raining and he was crying.
Right, so that was 2014.
16?
No, 2014, 2015, maybe. Oh, it might be 2016. I don't know.
When did Bianchi have his crash?
14.
I think it was 14. So they were definitely around in 2014.
Yeah, they
And
did.
they
I think
were
a
in
year
trouble,
after
weren't
that.
they?
Yeah, I think they still. I think
Yeah.
they managed a year after that, and then
Rossi drove in 2015. I want to say Rio Haryanto was in the car in 2016.
Rio Haryanto
Oh,
got replaced by Ocon.
Their last,
Quite right. Yeah, they were
last-
going into 2016 was their last year. Yeah, so they did make it further than I thought.
Yeah, his name was Rio, and he watches from the stand.
Has everyone else heard that before? It's only me.
And that was a regular feature.
I was laughing. It's just probably not audibly, but yes.
Sean's in
Paul
there
has
saying,
pulled
"No,
that one out before. Yeah.
I heard that every race in 2016.
Not every race. He didn't last the whole season.
Rio Haryanto, Esteban Ocon, and Pascal Wehrlein were the noted drivers.
What a trio!
Rio Haryanto is the one that I've said this on the podcast before. When Ted used to do his new rookie interview in the Ted's Notebook at testing, when he asked the same question to all the rookies, and one of them was, "You see a girl in a bar, what do you say to her as your chat up line?" And he just straight away just went, "How old are you?" It was just Ted going,
That's a
moving on.
concern.
But of course, Manor actually got put out of business because Sauber managed to score 2 points in Brazil that year and knock Manor down to 11th in the championship. And under the Concord Agreement at the time, only the top 10 teams got the travel and freight expenses paid.
Ooh.
Oh.
So all because Felipe Nasser actually got his only points finish of the season and Sauber's only points finish of the season.
And isn't there something along the lines of that decision meant that Sauber had more money, which meant they didn't have to rely on Felipe Nasser's money or something?
It was
it was a rod for
So
his own back.
he sort of fired himself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dole.
did too well and put himself out of a job.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
Because he ended up being replaced with Marcus Ericsson.
Oh wow!
No, they were teammates, weren't they? Ericsson and Nasser for a while.
I thought they'd been
sorry,
around
sorry.
at
It was
the same
it was Verline that came in when he ended up breaking his back, and Giovinazzi participated in 2 races.
Oh yes, he binned it a couple of
Because
times.
he did
didn't
one race and a crash.
No, well, he did one practice session on a crash. He broke his back in the race of champions.
No, I mean Giovinazzi.
Oh, Giovinazzi, yes. Yeah, binned it on the damp spot under the bridge in Shanghai,
Yeah.
if memory serves. I remember Giovinazzi's first race, and I actually remember saying, this guy looks good. This guy's got potential.
Yeah, he's a 24-hour of Le Mans race winner.
And it took a while, but I was finally right. Anyway, yeah, where the hell were we?
We were talking about Cadillac.
Cadillac, yeah. Because they've gone for the experience with Bottas and Checo. And of course, today's news is that Colton Herta is leaving IndyCar to become their test driver. Now, he doesn't have the points for a super license, but participating in F2 might just get him over the line, and he has officially denied that he's doing F2 next season.
It's
He's a better
mad
driver
that he
than going
doesn't.
into F2, isn't he? Surely.
I think it's going to be the only. It's going to be the only way that he can get the super license points.
It's mad that IndyCar doesn't supply the super license point.
I
He
mean,
finished second in the title last year.
It supplies some. It's not a huge amount. But I think the issue is he hasn't been consistently second. Second was a sort of a bit of an anomaly, I think, for him. He's kind of been
Winning IndyCar now gets you enough points for a super license. Being in the top 3 in F2 gets you enough points for a super license. So yeah, they aren't taking it seriously as long as the IndyCar road course races are on official FIA homologated circuits. just to make it even more complicated.
Yeah, it's a bizarre one. Jane has just delivered me my water. That's nice.
Oh, excellent.
Didn't even have to tell her. So she walked in back
Sensed
from
your
the gym and
dehydration.
went, this pillock has left his water downstairs.
Yeah, what she probably did was check the freezer to see how much ice cream had gone and found your water in there.
I haven't heard an alarm, I best go and give Kieran his water.
This is the first she's hearing that when she went off to the gym, I ate the ice cream, so can we not?
Jane.
Moving on. The thing is with IndyCar, I don't know if this works. I don't know how long the IndyCar points carry over, but if you've done a semi all right F3 championship, say you finish 3rd in the F3 and you finish 5th in the F2, that's normally enough points accumulative to get into F1.
It's 3
But how does
seasons,
that work
I think,
with
isn't
IndyCar?
it? For your super
Oh, is
license,
it?
it's 3 seasons regardless of what championship you're in. So it's your last 3 seasons.
But you can only have you can only nominate one championship for a set of points. Because obviously, if you're doing like Super Formula and Formula E at the same time, which some drivers have, you can only take your best finish out of either of those.
Okay.
IndyCar, they have bumped the points up recently, but it used to be a lot less. And I think it's just because the FIA don't like IndyCar, because it's not sanctioned by them.
I mean, I'm going to throw it out there. The best driver in IndyCar at the moment, their 4-time champion, 4 champions in the last 5 years, was bang average in GP3.
Yes, he was.
Yeah. That's not untrue.
It might be for a good reason that they don't put a lot of super license points on IndyCar. I like IndyCar. I find it very entertaining. I don't necessarily know that the skill set translates across.
If they can call Ferrucci a good driver in that series.
They love Ferrucci. What is wrong with them?
Yeah. Well, it seems like...
He had a
I
go
don't know
in a
if...
Haas, didn't he? He tested Haas.
I think he crashed a Haas.
I don't know if it is the fact that they love him, because there's lots of things online which says they do not. I've just had a message from Jane saying you ate all the ice cream.
I mean, you're not going to be able to deny it. There is evidence.
It's diminished. I can confirm that. No, I don't know if they do love it. Is it? He seems like one of those Marmite drivers. It seems like they've caught on to how we felt in F2, where we went, he's okay sometimes, but he's mostly a bit of a prick.
Yeah, I think the only person who actually genuinely does like him is AJ Foyt's accountant.
Yes.
Because of all the daddy dollars.
Is he daddy rich?
Loaded. Absolutely. We are talking Logan Sargent's uncle levels of minted.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's another one that happened. Logan Sargent has signed up to ex-safety car driver Oliver Gavin's management company. So if you ever wonder what happens to a safety car driver when they're not the F1 safety car driver anymore, they form a management company.
Wow.
And of course, the headline was...
That was a big wow, that Shining.
Yeah.
You sounded used.
but the headline was F1 reject in Australia. F1 reject signs to Bathurst winners company.
Fair.
You gotta go look good for your PR.
Oh yeah.
Good for your PR. So the pathway for Colton Herter is gonna be he's gonna try F2 next year to do F1. Surely That's what
He's
that
got to
tells me, and
he's
the
got to
rumours
be in
were right.
a race series, hasn't he? He's got to be doing something. Maybe did Andretti still have a Formula E?
Do you know what? I have no idea.
I've lost track
Can
of
he get
Formula
enough
E.
points by doing FP1s? Because a lot of younger drivers have done that, haven't they? Just sort of topped their points up by FP1ing the 3 or 4 times a season that the teams are supposed to do it. I mean, you can do it more than that, I suppose, if you want to. Depends how much they want Colton Herta in the car full time and how long they plan on sticking with the Perez Bottas lineup, which, as I said before, it's not going to be any more than 3 years. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups.
Oh, I'm thinking that one of them won't make it to 2027 if Colton Herta does well enough on the F2.
Oh, the FP1 super license points is 1 point for driving at least 100 kilometres during FP1, up to 10 points per season. I'm just looking at where Colton Herta has finished in the last few years.
He's sort of hovered sort of top 6, but has never really been a championship contender. He ended up second last year because I think Power and McLaughlin dropped off a bit.
So the ones that are going to count are 23, 24 and 25, and it's 10th, 2nd and 9th, which will give him 30, 32, 33 points, and you need 40.
So say
Jack
we
Crawford,
ignore...
I was going to say Jack Crawford, who is American, if you're looking for a young American racing driver, is second in F2. If the Herta experiment doesn't work out.
I mean,
backup plan.
If Colton Herta does 7 FP1s, he'll get in.
I know they have a very experienced driver lineup, but they might need some FP1s.
It does sound a bit like Logan Sargent needs the Fair Play Award to get into F1. it's not the route I'd take.
He needs snookers.
So if we were to disregard the 10th place, he finished 2nd and 9th, did you say?
Yeah.
So in IndyCar, that is 32... Oh, you've said this. Moving on. Ignore me. 32 points. So next year in F2, he only needs 8th, which is 7th or above. And the odd FP2, like you say.
Yeah.
FP1. So, so I guess you could say if the goal was an American driver, then you currently have 2 reasonable options, which is... Oh, we've lost Flood.
Oh,
has he gone again?
Your 2 options are Colton Herta and Jack Crawford. Jack Crawford is doing well enough to probably get a super license by the end of the year. We don't know. It's a bit topsy-turvy at the top at the moment, but he'll probably be close enough to be there to get a super license. If that doesn't work and Colton Herta does get one in 2027, then even if the Colton Herta experiment doesn't work out, he's got a safety net back at IndyCar because his dad's Brian Herta, and he'll be welcomed back with open arms. That's fine for Colton Herta, but it means Cadillac are going to have to come up with an alternative plan if it doesn't work out. And that's when your Perez and Bottas is a little bit of an iffy choice because they're off to the F1 nursing home in a couple of years' time.
Let back in.
I have let Flood back in.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm an idiot.
What did you do, Chris?
I closed the wrong window.
And that's where I think they should have picked up a Tsunoda or a Gasly, or ideally both of them. Not to diminish either Perez or Bottas. I'm not that kind of guy. But the Tsunoda, that's a joke. The Tsunoda thing for me is that he is going to be miserable at Red Bull. His teammate, of course, they didn't know this back on last week when this was announced. His ex-teammate at Racing Bulls at the start of the year has just got a podium in the Racing Bulls whilst he's languishing down at the lower end of the points, and that's a good result for him. He doesn't suit the Red Bull. They're not going to hold on to him. Honda are disappearing. He needs to fall somewhere. I pushed the idea of him going to Aston Martin because they've got a Honda type. That doesn't seem to be a goer for Tsunoda. Therefore, I really think buying Tsunoda out of Red Bull would have been a good investment for Cadillac. But instead, they've gone for Perez, who's basically shaken, and Bottas, who sort of had his career wind down. Not to say Bottas is a slow driver. I don't think he is. I agree with you, Chris, but I would probably have taken Bottas before Perez. But
Yeah.
he's on his way down the mountain. He went up with Williams. He got there with Mercedes. He went down with Sauber Alfa Romeo, and he's effectively, though he hasn't, retired. He's left all Formula One.
You say Sauber Alfa Romeo. I say sheltered accommodation for elderly Finns.
Yeah. Elderly things and the ex of the F1 winningest.
I mean, they're both Perez and Bottas, both the same age, aren't they? Is it 36?
I
Are
think
they?
Perez is a couple of years younger.
Right. So,
I feel
anyway,
like Perez was born in the 90s.
Really?
Perez is just older than me, I want to say.
Wow.
We're born in the same year, 1990. So yeah, he's slightly younger.
Okay, so you got both drivers are, as we said, the other side of the mountain, as you put it so eloquently there, Kieran. The coming down the other side, the only problem I can foresee, and I do understand, and I take on board Gunter Steiner's point about having to have two drivers that get you off the ground, because you've got no benchmark otherwise. If you've only got one driver and then a young driver, you don't know what's going on. That in that respect, it makes sense, but they're going to come unstuck again in a couple of years' time when one or inevitably both of them retire or get shifted out of the way for somebody else. If Colton Herta is a long-term project, then they're going to have to make difficult decisions very early on. So that comes back to what you were saying about not having one of them in the car, either Bottas or Perez, for 2027, because you can't keep Colton Herta on the sidelines like Felipe Drugovich at Aston Martin. He's just going to get the Gary Paffett Award for being a reserve driver forever. What are you supposed to do? Literally, Drugovich couldn't have done any more to warrant his seat in Formula One. He's instead at Aston Martin, somehow behind Lance Stroll, and. Do you end up with the same problem at Cadillac? Or we've had one season with these guys, and actually they're quite closely matched, because it may well not have been the cars that they were driving. They might actually be decent drivers, and you get to a point where both drivers are doing well. You got to choose one of them to go, and if you sign them both up for a reason. It's just, for me, it's delaying the inevitable. So put a young driver or Colton Herta in the car as soon as you can. But again, I suppose that comes back to the super license points. I just don't understand how somebody who's competed in IndyCar for so long doesn't have the right amount of points to go and drive in Formula One when, Fernando Alonso can just pack his bags and go and do the Indy 500 anytime he likes.
I'm going to throw it out there. I think they've picked the wrong IndyCar driver. I think Kyle Kirkwood would have been a better option if you're going shopping for young American drivers in an Andretti car.
Yeah.
I think he's been more consistent.
He's got a lot less experience and a lot more championship success. Just saying. Herta seems to get a lot of hype. I don't think much of it's deserved. He's fine. He's not. Yeah.
Did he test a McLaren?
He did test him. I think, was it him and Pato did a test?
Yes, at Portimao, which we managed to get exclusive footage of. Thank you very much.
We did.
Thank you very much, Adam and Lisa, for being there by complete accident on the day that he was testing. Bearing in mind they actually were in Portugal, but they live in Michigan. I think that was a damn good coincidence.
That was, yeah. That'll do it.
Yeah, he did. He did do a private McLaren test, which conveniently they didn't actually release any of the results of. But it wasn't just Colton and Pato that tested the McLaren that week. our Lord and Saviour Mahavir was
Lordy.
also at that test.
Mm.
And they didn't release his times either, unfortunately.
Oh, it's
but
probably not finished a lap yet.
I'm going to throw something out there.
he's
Did
just
he pay for that?
He's just overtaken Max Chilton.
I think he might have bunged a couple of quid behind Zach Brown's pocket for that one. I guess.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, for the photo op.
All right, the thing about Raghunathan is, I think he's still an Aston Martin development driver.
Oh,
That
I'm
dear.
going to try and
can't be a
Google
thing.
him, but this means, and I'm really not trying to be horrible here, but I'm going to Google him. This means trying to spell his name. No, I don't have to. He's right there.
Yeah, well, he's not going to be moving, is he? Yeah, yeah, he was.
He currently competes in the Italian GT Championship.
You got there first.
Wow.
Yeah, but yeah, he was inducted into the AMR Driver Academy.
Now, again, with the Italian GT Championship, do you take part or do you pay to enter?
Have you seen who his teammate is?
Go on.
No.
Jorge Lorenzo.
Oh, damn.
He doesn't have to pay. I'm just throwing that one out there.
I wonder how Jorge Lorenzo's doing against him in this series.
Oh no.
I want to find
this isn't
out.
going to be good, is it?
It's
I don't
Okay,
know.
so-
I don't know. I'm going to find out.
it's going to be terrible.
Oh, they both not classified, I think.
Yeah, it looks like they both don't finish races. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't count. You only count if you finish a race.
How many rounds are they in?
Oh, I've come off the page now. I saw 2.
No.
Let's have a look. Oh no, we've had four races this season so far. And I'm not seeing many, in fact, any names that one I've heard of or two for the most part don't have a Wikipedia page. Oh shoot! Round 2 at Vallelunga in May. He won.
What?
Okay, so it's time for us to put our podcast gear down and walk away and go and do something else.
Yeah, judging by this Italian GT3, I think we are all in with a chance.
Yeah, I can only get the 2024 results up.
There is
And
there is a 2025 page on Wikipedia, and yeah, he won round 4 with his teammate Lorenzo Ferrari.
Wow.
Lorenzo Ferrari. Wow.
No relation.
I don't want
Is it
to
not
diminish.
So in a Ferrari.
No, in a Proton.
It's not a real series.
What is your name? My name is Lamborghini. What's that? It's a Lada, right? Leave me alone. I always point out the name. I don't want to diminish the efforts of Mahathir Raghunathan. I can't say his name now. But last year, his teammate Jorge Lorenzo was in the GT3 Endurance Drivers Championship, and they classed Mahavir as Pro-Am driver. So I don't want to stick it too much into him there, but not a great look.
It's a shame we never got to see his talents on more Sundays.
Oh, for sure.
Should we go back to talking about F1, because I think we've done everything else. F2, IndyCar,
We can try.
Italian,
Grand Prix?
Italian GT3. Yeah, there was a Grand Prix at the weekend. The penultimate Dutch Grand Prix. Just seems a bit of a waste spending all that money doing up Zandvoort, and they're only having it for 5 years in F1.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an all right.
Sorry,
it's all right
sorry,
circuit,
6 years.
actually.
6 years. It was 2021. It came back, and next year's
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah, it's a good circuit. It's good. It's old school. It's tight, but it works quite well. I'm all right with Zandvoort, to be honest with you. I think it produces a decent race, and just for the party atmosphere, you'd want to go, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would say, I would definitely say so. One thing I do like about it, about the circuit, in the lower formulas, and we saw that with F1 Academy this weekend. Smaller cars, and the track is very wide in some places, and there's a variety of corner lines, and there are a hell of a lot of good overtaking spots below F1.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, in
So-
F1, turn 3, not the best.
So I was talking to a how do I say this without being boring? I don't think I can. I was talking to a supplier of mine at work recently, and they have a huge distribution place in Holland. And one of the things they got to do on this corporate day was drive cars of varying power round Zandvoort. He said, so we started off in Renault Clios, and it was dead easy. Obviously, you're driving a Renault Clio, you can get quite a lot out of a Renault Clio, even around Zandvoort. And then it progressed up, and they had people like instructors sat with them the whole time, and they eventually got up to like Porsche level, and I don't know what power level of Porsche, whether it was GT3 or what, but anyway, he ended up driving this Porsche around. And he's like, yeah, this is really good fun. So then the last part of the day is you sit in with the instructors who are qualified racing drivers. So his boss managed one lap and then said he had to pit. Told the instructor he had to get because it was too scary. Like, so yeah, in terms of a racing circuit, I think it's fantastic. Is it too tight for Formula One? I don't know. I quite enjoy it. But yeah, from what he was saying as well, it's a lot of fun when you're in a car that doesn't round the lap in a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the thing, though, is it circuits that are too tight for Formula One, and it tends to be the older, more classic circuits, your Zandvoorts, your Imola, Monaco, and you look at the size difference between an F1 car now and even going back only 25 years to the 2000 season.
Yeah.
And the difference in size is absolutely ridiculous. We've kind of not noticed it because it's like frog boiling, where the size has just crept up
A little bit each year, and you
Yeah.
don't realise it's happening.
And then we're watching the Silverstone Festival, which is basically Goodwood for anything after 1968.
Okay.
And they had a display of F1 cars going back from last year to the 70s, and just the overall size. Could not believe. I think there's something like 4 to 5 meters longer these days than there were in about
4 to
1978.
5 meters, Jesus.
Yeah.
God. Well, they're 5.5 meters long, aren't they? Yeah, Formula One car now.
Well, in that case,
So
it won't be 4 to 5 meters. It'll be a couple of meters. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's when you see the scale of like Lewis Hamilton's first Formula One car against the size of the car that he's driving now. It's stupid. But that's the way that Formula One has evolved. Did we get better racing around Monaco in 2000 whatever before they became monster big cars? I don't think so. I'm not sure.
I don't think there's been good racing in Monaco while I've been alive, and I'm going to see 60 before I see 50 again.
96, but that was because of retirements.
I was going to say retirement's a hell of a lot of rain and Mika Salo pulling tricks.
97 was a wet one.
Yeah, that was a wet one again. That was the one that Salo did with a non-stopper.
I was wondering where that was going for a second. God, yeah, just for zero stopping Micazalo. I will say that's one where Michael Schumacher got on pole. It rained. He went, all right, see you later, and just drove off. So maybe not a classic.
That could be any race where it rained, though, between 1994 and 2004.
Good point.
The Rainmeister.
But yes, the Dutch Grand Prix this weekend. Rather than do a full review, just sort of
key moments.
Yeah, what bits stuck in the memory? What are the key moments? I mean, for me, obviously, Kimi Antonelli, ambition over adhesion.
So yeah, I guess it's under the wider topic of what on earth were you doing Ferrari?
Yeah, Ferrari meltdown.
There's 3 key moments there, of which all culminated in the Antonelli boshing. They were awful in practice, They made up for it slightly in qualifying, but to say 6th and 7th is a good result is probably a little bit naive when Hajar's 4th. But the race was dreadful. Leclerc pitted too early, I want to say. And then when he did pit, Lewis binned it, and it wasn't worth Leclerc pitting. Lewis binning it, by the way, bad?
Unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unusual. He was the only driver to do it. It's an unusual mistake from him. But I think I'm trying to think back as well to like the last time he drove that Ferrari in the wet. I think he'd only driven it in the wet at Silverstone. Is that the
Australia?
only one?
Miami?
Yeah, Australia. Yeah,
Australia
he drove
started
it.
wet, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, Australia.
Yeah, and he doesn't like this car in the wet. So going onto the paint, going a little bit high on turn 3, was maybe a little bit silly of him.
I mean, he made a better fist of taking the corner than Lance did in practice.
Yeah, I mean, at least he got round the corner. But yeah, and when it comes to Charles, nothing to do with Charles, really. Not his fault at all whatsoever. It was bad on Ferrari's call for calling him in when they did. I don't think they really needed to pit Leclerc, to be perfectly honest with you. And then I do feel a lot of the media, especially Sky, are being very harsh on Antonelli at the moment, saying that, like, well, you know, he should be on the pace and he should be not making these mistakes, because Max Verstappen he made all those mistakes when he first came into Formula One, was on the pace, and Lewis Hamilton was fighting for a world championship in his first year in Formula One. That's the level he needs to be at. It's like, not every rookie's gonna hit the ground running straight away.
Yeah.
And all right, so Antonelli's been off the pace a little bit, and he's making some silly mistakes. Should he have done another year in Formula 2? Possibly. Who the fuck would they put in the Mercedes this year then? Do you know what I mean?
Well, it would have been Bottas,
It would have
wouldn't
been
it?
Bottas.
Probably would have been Bottas, yeah, for a season. So, I don't think.
And we know him and Russell get on well, don't they?
Yay! But I honestly think, everyone's being a bit too harsh on Kimi Antonelli. It was a mistake. He went in far too hot in turn 3. But you've got to do this. Like, Lewis Hamilton made loads of mistakes before, like, you know, he sort of found his feet in Formula One. Yeah, okay, he won a race in his first season. He was fighting for the world championship in his first season. Max Verstappen had a number of big crashes before he really found his groove and you know, made it up to the big boy team at Red Bull. It does take a little bit of time. You can't just judge everybody in the first season. Everybody's now saying how amazing Bortoletto's doing. He was crashing a lot in the first part of the season. So, I mean, things can turn around very quickly. So I do want everybody to back off Kimi Antonelli a bit, but he was at fault for Charles Leclerc's retirement on Sunday.
100%.
Carlos Sainz was not at fault for the incident with Liam Lawson.
No, not by a
Not what the
distance.
steward said. I wonder if he's had his word with the stewards yet.
No, did you not hear what happened?
No.
He posted on social media that the steward stores are always open, which is funny, because when I went to see them after the race, we were told that we were not welcomed.
I mean, he had said without actually saying...
It was, I want to speak to the manager in Racing Driver vibe, wasn't it?
He did sound like he was going to rip somebody's throat out.
Is it Lawson's fault? He probably Lawson had more space than Sainz did, so I want to say that Lawson probably didn't have to drift out as wide as he did. All right, okay, Sainz wasn't completely alongside; he wasn't entitled to the room, but it's not you right 10-second penalty for Sainz. Like, what's that all about? That was way too harsh.
I'm so bored
maybe some good
of this
radio.
whole... Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was one of those, who, me? You're joking. Oh, this is a joke, isn't it? Wait, it's not a joke? I like those. I'm so bored of this, you have to have this tyre up against this tyre sort of chat, because if there are times where it's appropriate, the Max Verstappen rule, essentially, isn't it? There's times where it is appropriate. There are times when you just can't apply that rule to every single incident. And sure enough, if one of them or both of them hadn't come off damaged, we probably wouldn't be talking about it. It'd just be a little bump and that was it. It affected both of their races. especially Liam Lawson's, and that's why I think Sainz got the penalty. I don't think that would have happened had it not been for the fact that that penalty was applied, that damage took place with Liam Lawson. It's a bit like when I never thought I'd be saying this on F1 podcast, but here we go. When Michael Jackson died, America had to have someone to blame. Someone had to go down for it. It feels like whenever there's any small incident, someone has to be punished. It can't just be a racing incident when someone gets damaged. There must be a punishment.
Where there's blame, there's a flame.
Well, yeah. In a sense, yeah. Roman Grosjean.
Another similar one was the Leclerc overtake on Russell.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, he was off the circuit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and we now know it, don't we? At the time, it was a bit and ah, but
we
we
didn't
now
really get
know.
any good replays at the time, did we? They seemed to be a bit stingy with that.
Nothing
but again,
could
at
really
some
define
point,
it.
no, that's the thing. There's no definition. So at some point, did Charles have the right to space because of where his car was alongside George, and then George forced him out? Because if that's the case, you then got to give George a penalty for not giving Charles enough room. But if Charles has left the circuit to overtake somebody, then you then got to give the penalty the other way around. It's like, but then it turned out no penalty was given. So were they both at fault? Was it like, well, Charles was alongside, but yeah, he had to go off the circuit because George pushed him around. That makes it a racing incident. And if there's no penalties, why can't they all be racing incidents when nobody gets penalty? Unless it's clearly somebody ploughing into somebody, like Roman Grosjean at the beginning of Spa that year.
Because when you open the box, the cat is either hungry or pissed off.
Schrodinger's Leclerc.
Ross Brawn's cat.
It reminded me a little bit of, I think I said this at the time when I was watching it, Rosberg and Raikkonen, 2016 at Malaysia. I think I've got that right, where I think Martin Brundle said it wasn't an overtake, it was a mugging or something like that, because he goes into that sweep in turn 2 at Malaysia and just powers into Kimi Raikkonen and therefore gets the space of the position. It wasn't exactly like that, but it did feel like one which was Rubbin's racing, and if I'm off the track, I'm off the track.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they're driving cars at like ridiculous speeds around circuits that, as we said, Zandvoort is quite tight and it's an old school circuit. There are going to be times when they're going to be sharing the same piece of tarmac or wanting to share the same piece of tarmac, and they are going to come together. It's always happened in motorsport, not just in Formula One, but all through motorsport. It doesn't have to be somebody's fault and, well, you ruined their race, so that's a 10-second penalty because this rule says this. No, not necessarily. Just use some common sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think common sense and F1 don't actually spend a lot of time in the same building together.
True.
And also, we could say that we're being a little bit harsh because it was a fantastic overtake at a corner where overtakes weren't really taking place. I know the Alpines tried it between one another. It didn't really pay off. So I almost want to congratulate the fact that, hey, they did a good job. They did the overtake. That's good. The problem is, technically, and we only saw it from a photo afterwards, Leclerc was actually off the track. We suspected it, but now we know.
Yeah, but we hear that they've got all this GPS data, which, like, what was it, Lewis in Spa, like he was marginally off and he wanted to see the replays when he came back when his lap was deleted. He's like, no, I can't have been off the track. And then he saw the image that showed that he was, and he was like, fair enough. I mean, they've got the data. I've got to live by the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, if they got the data, they've got the data. Do they have the data or don't they have the data?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's trying to define the fine line between what's fun to watch and what's VAR. And what we've seen from this weekend in the football, VAR ain't much fun.
No, it's a lot of referees staring into black boxes. Nobody wants to watch that.
Wait until this weekend, because they are now bringing Hawkeye into American football just to slow it down even fucking further.
Oh yeah. Forgot
And
about
that Hawkeye will be sponsored by somebody you've
It
never
will
heard of.
100% be sponsored.
Dude wipes.
Oh, can you imagine?
Oh, please.
I hope Cadillac is sponsored by Dude Wipes. I can see Bottas doing a Dude Wipes promo.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'd throw
one-
himself into it a bit too much, I think.
We get to see the wiping.
Yes.
One last shout for the instance that did take place on Sunday. How is it fair that Antonelli's penalty was 10 seconds and Sainz's penalty was 10 seconds when they just were not comparable?
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, Antonelli's was a misjudgment. Sainz was just trying to race.
Yeah, he put his car where the car could go, whereas Antonelli put his car where the car was Leclerc.
Yeah, I can't get it. But consistency is something that we don't seem to get from the stewards at the moment, and explanations is something that we're a little bit lacking in as well.
Completely. No, I mean, Sainz got 2 penalty points for that as well. And I think there should be a appeal process for that. You can say, okay, in the heat of the moment, you've punished me and I don't agree with it, but it's over now. Why are you now punishing me after the fact for a ludicrous decision?
What I thought was a ludicrous decision, and I've seen it since, and it isn't, is Lewis Hamilton's grid drop for Monza.
Yeah.
He comes around the last corner at Zandvoort at full racing speed. And as he goes to enter the pits,
full racing speed less 20 kilometres an hour.
Yeah, but there are people stood on the grid waiting to receive cars, and there is a yellow flag out, and he does not slow down. I do feel sorry for him, but at the same time, he's not a novice. He knows the rules. This is not his first rodeo. So yeah, that was way too quick.
Yeah, it's a great corner to watch, but yeah, it is completely blind on exit when you go into it, and with the angle of the banking as well, you're not going to get a full view of what's lining up on the grid.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, and how easy would it be to, especially with the nervousness in the rear of that Ferrari, as he keeps alluding for him to lose that car, lose control of the car, whilst there are people stood on the grid, if he's going at racing speed on cold tyres on a lap to the grid.
Yeah, no,
So
I
understand it.
I think he genuinely fucked up in there, and that is why I'm putting him in the wankers column for that.
Ooh. I think Ferrari,
Yeah.
for general Ferrari wanker, really, this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a tricky one, isn't it, with Ferrari, because they mean well.
Yeah, but there's no need to, base your pit strategy on hook a duck.
The road to Monza is paved with good intentions.
When Lewis came on the radio and said, "You need to pit me, we go undercut these guys," I turned to Jane and I said, well, they're not going to do that. They're going to pit Leclerc first because he has the preferred strategy, and turned my neck back to the TV to Leclerc being in the pit lane. It was like, see, that was obviously going to happen. And I said, and then next lap, what will happen is Lewis will come in with Hadjar and Russell and he'll lose out entirely. And because they'll want to cover off Leclerc. We didn't get to that point. No, we didn't get the next lap. Thanks, Lewis.
Lewis, of course, now the unproud record holder of the most races for Ferrari without a podium. He's finally got to 50. He's got to 15.
Yeah, it's the first races, isn't it? So did Kimi Raikkonen go 14 races before he scored his first podium when he rejoined Ferrari?
I think it says more about the Ferrari, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm not jumping on the Lewis's finish bandwagon by any stretch of the imagination.
No, absolutely not. Give him a car that will do what he wants it to do, and I'm sure he will be back on top form. Ferrari is not that car.
No.
I'm not sure. Well, generally speaking, history tells us Ferrari is not that team. But, I mean, we've got a whole new rule set next year I mean, literally anything could happen. Cadillac could be the best team on the grid. Bottas could be world champion next
Oh,
year.
amazing.
The old Brawn effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It genuinely could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like so we're the guys who we've got kind of a design and we've sort of bought these parts in from someone else. We think we know what we're doing. Turns up at testing 8/10 quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That literally could be the order of things. What Red Bull will hope happens or hope that doesn't happen rather, is that VCarb are better than Red Bull by a mile because, I mean, there's talk, isn't there, of them putting Max Verstappen in the car for the last race of the season.
Nothing would surprise me with the way that the Red Bull organisation are going at the moment. I mean, there are rumours that Alex Palau is going to be Yuki's replacement.
Oh, that would be mad.
That-
That would
yeah.
be ridiculous.
I don't know whether
That is.
don't know whether it's
if
going to be
that-
this season or next season. But
If that comes to light, then what's the point in Isaac Hadjar? I mean, we've said this before. What's the point in the Genie program when they just take people from outside it? Nick DeFries. And then B, what have we learnt from IndyCar? Because at the moment, we're trying to get an IndyCar star driver, star with an asterisk.
Star with a star.
Star, yeah, the irony.
it's like a binary system.
And all he can do is F2 to get into F1. What does it say about IndyCar when your Max Verstappen of IndyCar goes, you know what I'd really like to do now? Take the big step into F1. I don't see it happening. I don't think that's a thing.
the last one that really tried it was Bourdais, and that went phenomenally.
Yeah, what was it? 3 Champ Car
he
champion...
nearly got some points.
3 Champ Car championships and then 12th place in F1.
Yeah.
So
Did
I'd
he
feel
lose
bad.
his seat to Jaime Alguersuari? Was that a thing?
I think it was.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. I had a chat with Jaime Alguersuari a few years ago. It was quite good.
Oh, you were trying to get him on the show, weren't you?
I was trying to, yeah. It was very difficult, and then he kept. When it got to the point where I was asking if he wanted to come on the podcast, he was basically just said to email his management company, and I did, and they never got back.
Oh.
Yeah, it's disappointing because he's now quite a successful DJ. He's
Is
doing
it
quite well.
Squire? Is that his name now?
I think so. Yeah, he's
My
doing
dad
all right.
bought me one of his albums.
I've not listened, I'll be honest, but yeah, apparently he's doing very well for himself. So good man. But what was I going to say then about the Red Bull? Oh yeah, the Red Bull Junior program. So I would feel bad for Yuki if he got turfed out of Formula One altogether because I don't think that's fair. He was doing a really decent job at VCarb, and he'd be great at Alpine or Williams or somewhere like that if he does leave Red Bull. But then Red Bull do have Arvid Lindblad, who I think is probably the next in line, isn't he? He's probably Arvid Lindblad.
Yeah, I think so.
To come into Formula One. So I mean, if they did decide to move Hadjar up to the big boy team, should we call it? Then Hadjar and Verstappen in the big boy team. Do they keep Lawson? Maybe they bin Lawson off. Lawson's not been amazing, has he, since he stepped back from Red Bull to VCarb?
No.
He did do an
they
interview
gave-
as well, didn't he, this weekend, where he talked about wanting to win and realising that might not be with the team he's with.
Who Lawson said that?
I can't remember
Oh,
exactly
right,
what
okay.
he said, but yeah, it was something. It was basically realising that he might not be where he needs to be.
Okay.
Yeah, and realistically, outside the Rebel organisation, there is only one seat that's left available, and that is in the cursed Alpine.
Yeah, but do Red Bull have 2 juniors they could bring through? Have they got 2 in F2?
They have got someone else in F2, but I have
They've
completely
got
forgotten.
Oliver
who.
Goethe.
Is it Ollie
Oliver
Goethe?
Goethe, Pepe Marti, is he's Red Bull
He
as well,
is,
isn't
yeah.
he? So I mean,
They did have
Pepe
Jack
Marti's
Crawford.
been, yeah, they did have. He's now joining Felipe Drogovic in the
Glue
eternal,
Factory.
the eternal, the eternal Gary Paffett reserve driver role.
They have Pepe Marti, Oliver Gerfer, and Arthur Lindblad in F2. And in F3, they've got Tim Tramnitz.
He's doing quite well, isn't he? Tim Tramnitz,
Yeah,
I
he's
think.
done all right, actually.
Yeah, so again, doing quite well at bringing some blood through. I mean, when you look at the amount of drivers on the grid who've been through the Red Bull program, it's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
And both Williams drivers, Pierre Gasly, Perez next year. Well, he's not come up through Red Bull, but he was part of the Red Bull team. It's ridiculous. Red Bull are responsible for like half the grid.
Yeah. Also responsible for ditching half of the grid at one point or the other.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
I have a feeling they're on the way to another one. You said about Alpine, Paul.
Yeah, there is nobody confirmed for the non-Gasly seat.
Let's spin the wheel. I've got a sound effect for that. We didn't need that.
I was expecting something a little more Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
I won't play that. We won't be able to host this podcast after that.
Surely that would be Franco Goes to Hollywood.
Oh,
come on!
I think it's I think it might be Franco Goes to Italian GT at the end of the season.
Let's spin the wheel of MotoGP drivers you'll be partnering.
But yeah, there isn't a second seat lined up, and of course, I mean, Colapinto might not even see the season out.
No, he might not.
Yeah, didn't sound positive from old arseface Flav, did it, this weekend?
Just want to point out for any lawyers listening, he is well known as a Arsenal fan, even though he used to own QPR.
He's probably had some arses on his face. It seems like a reasonable guess.
Stop with the images. I can't be doing with this.
Anyway, right.
Don't make the noises.
Oh, yeah, goodbye. That's me shuddering. That wasn't what I meant. Wasn't old Timberland, I don't own a motorboat, but I can float your boat sort of thing. No.
Motorboat, no. Let's not go. It's getting worse.
We're back.
Alpine, somebody said that Alpine had offered that second seat for 26 to Bottas and Perez, and they both turned it down in favour of the Cadillac project.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, seems fair, to be honest.
Yeah, go drive possibly the crappiest car on the grid for the most unique head of team operations consultancy on the grid, or a complete unknown quantity with a team that hasn't actually technically raced in F1 since the 1951 Indy 500.
Yeah. I reckon they bring Jack Doohan back for the last few races of the season.
Sod all to lose.
Would Jack Doohan go back? That's the thing.
He's been posting lots of workout stuff.
I think it would be a fair thing to do.
He's been posting lots of workout stuff, but Owen Hargreaves did that and nobody signed him.
But yeah,
how's his oakberry recipe doing?
Oakberry recipe.
Jack Doohan has his own. I saw this when I was in LA. There's him on an electric poster of him advertising an oakberry thing. He has his own oakberry dish in
Google.
Oakberry.
Oakberry Jack Doohan.
He is partnered with Acai. I don't know. Health food.
As in the berries.
Oakberry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. From the
Jack
bushes.
Doohan Bowl.
That's it. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest,
designed for performance and fuel.
the Jack Doohan Bowl could be an end-of-season college football game.
Let's have a look at it. What's it got in there?
It's got vegan granola. Acai?
It's granola. Does granola need to be specified that it's vegan? I
Famously filled with pork. Granola. Oh, lovely. Hot.
I mean, there's no point in
sausage
so hang on. I'm going to put my hand up here. I'm going to ask a genuine question that I want answering because I'm not a vegan, but I want to know if this classes as vegan. Honey comes from bees, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well,
So I mean, that's animal
This is, I
product.
believe, a great source of debate among vegans.
So honey. Okay, so if
There's
I
room
opened
for
a can of bees,
interpretation, because you can argue that the bees make the honey of their own free will, and therefore they're not harmed in the process, but it is still a product made by animals. So yeah, it's a bit of a grey area. I think it's open to interpretation.
According to the Vegan Society, honey is probably the product most frequently mistaken as vegan friendly. There is a common misconception that honeybees make their honey especially for us, but this couldn't be much further from the truth. Honey is
it'd be like me.
Honey is made by bees for bees.
It'd be like me turning up at your workplace, Chris, and going, "I'm a vegan," then start eating blinds.
I want to know how you insert the bacon into the granola.
yeah,
Bacon.
I don't think our blinds are not vegan.
No, but it's all in a day's work. That's the important thing.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I've just... Right. Granola uses honey as a binding agent.
Ah, got you.
But he's got honey in his. It's one of the.
So he's using vegan granola without honey, but then using honey.
Yes.
That sounds
And
like
also
him
it has
going,
whey
"I'll mess
protein
them
in it.
about."
It's got
Really?
whey protein in it, whey being milk.
I suppose so. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's a good point. Yeah.
The
It's a dairy product,
yeah,
isn't
just
it?
use
He's
normal
not done
granola,
well,
mate.
has
You'd
he?
save
What's he
yourself
doing?
some hassle.
Does it come with a side of ribs?
Barbecue sauce. Oh dear.
So,
Yeah, it was the very first day I was in LA when I landed. That was one of the first things I saw on the Venice High Street, and I was like, "I'm gonna have to rub my eyes." I know I've been awake a long time. Does Jack
that
Doohan
Jack
have his
Doohan?
own meal on a board in LA? Something's not right.
Yeah, that'd be one of those things where I'd be like, okay, what have I eaten in the past hour? Because this is bizarre.
obviously not enough vegan granola. Or
Yeah.
vegan granola plus burgers.
How is that a $17 thing?
Yes. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not a lot of shite for $17.
Kieran,
Just
Ah,
found a
Jesus
photo I
Christ.
took in Venice. It's
Yeah, you took a picture of it.
$16.95. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not sure.
I want to know more about
how
the
I
that's
Blue
like
Fairy
Jack
one.
Doohan. I'm very confused by this, though.
I think this is something he's been sent to do. I don't think this is necessarily... Looking at the colours, those are Alpine colours.
Do you think this is a Flavio? I control every millimetre you move.
I think so.
Talking of Alpine, Paul Aaron is doing FP1 for them this weekend in Monza.
This is interesting because he lent out to Sauber to do some FP1s.
Yes,
Apparently
I
he's
didn't
done
have
them.
him on their list. That's
Yeah, apparently Flavio's repossessed him.
because I thought
so he-
Kushmani and Gabriele Mini were the Alpine
Yeah.
underlings of
But-
choice.
Yeah.
It's going to be Mini, isn't it? Over Miney, I think. at the
yes.
moment.
Yeah.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah.
Yes. Eeny, meeny, miny, you're sacked.
But yeah, apparently Paul Aaron is the official test and sim driver for Alpine this year. So
Is he going to be driver number 4?
It could be. I mean, teams are allowed to use up to 4 drivers a season, so if he has a good showing in there... Flav moves in mysterious ways.
As we have just accused him of, I believe, yes.
It could be something to do with piles.
Please stop with the imagery.
That's just sour grapes.
Oh.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, I mean, we could. I don't know what his current super license points is. God, I hate having to do all the fucking maths.
Yep.
Yeah.
Paul Aaron's points. Paul Aaron finished second, didn't he, in last year?
Oh, so he'll be fine.
Oh yeah,
No, he's quitting.
it'll be.
Yeah.
It'll be.
He
qualified.
finished third.
Third
didn't he?
That I
Hadjar.
think is still fine. I
Hadjar.
think. Yeah.
It's top.
Okay.
Top 3 gets you 40
Yeah.
points.
It's Bortoletto, wasn't it, by half a point, I think. Bortoletto, Hadjar, Aaron were the top 3 in F2.
But yeah, the top three in F2 all get enough to qualify for the super license for the following season. So yeah, we could see Paul Aaron replacing Colapinto because he's not exactly set the world alight in that car.
Isn't Paul Aaron's manager Toto Wolff?
Oh, he was with Mercedes, I think, at one point,
I
wasn't
think
he?
I think he might still be managed by Toto Wolff. I'm not entirely certain of that.
You can tell we only decided to record this earlier tonight because we've done no research whatsoever.
When have we ever done research, particularly into things like who are the managers of non-F2 drivers?
Yeah, that's true.
I see. I've been distracted already because I'm halfway through his Wikipedia page, and there's a feature race in his F3 season where he had a battle for the lead with Gregoire Saucy. So I've just had to read it.
Whatever happened to Gregoire Saucy?
I think he's in one of the shit classes in WEC, I think.
As they're formerly known. I didn't make it past line 2 on the Wikipedia page because, Chris, if you scroll to the very top, it says Paul Aaron, not to be confused with Aaron Paul.
Or Paul Aaron.
I was never making that confusion. I wasn't looking at Paul Aaron going, oh, the bloke from Breaking Bad.
I'm feeling it might be, and this is no disrespect to Paul Aaron at all whatsoever, but I'm feeling it would be less interesting.
Yeah. I'm not tuning into Breaking Bad going, oh, it's him, third in the 2024 F2 Championship.
What's he doing with Hal from Malcolm in the Middle?
Obviously going to support Malcolm, who, he's had to drop out of the last race, but he's doing a full-time season in the NASCAR Truck Championship.
He's going to be out for the season, it sounds like.
Ooh.
Yeah, broke a wrist. Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Sending our best to Frankie Muniz.
Yeah, he hasn't been setting the world alight. I think he was better in the ARCA series.
Did you know that they are actually rebooting Malcolm in the Middle, aren't they?
Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle many years on.
It's called Life's Still Unfair, apparently.
Theme tune to be done by, we still don't know if the Giants yet.
Yeah. Oh, you
they
lot
possibly
Giants
could
now.
have been.
Oh, dear.
Oh, God. Right, so we have the Italian Grand Prix this weekend.
And this season.
And it's going to be the only Italian Grand Prix next season. Managed to cover me tracks there with Imola not having a new contract. Yeah, we have the Italian Grand Prix. I'm not going to bother making any form of predictions whatsoever because it is just going to be McLaren walking away with it and whoever screws up the least fighting for third, and I think it'll be Max.
You do get the odd quirky result at Monza.
Sebastian Vettel when it rained.
Yeah, Gasly.
Pierre Gasly when everyone tried to kill each other.
Ricciardo with his one McLaren win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Leclerc last year as well, because we were like, nah, that's not going to work. The one stop's not going to do it. Piastri will catch him. Oh, no, wait. Hang on. I think Leclerc's got some life left in those tyres.
Just that one weekend when Ferrari got it right.
Yeah. Well, they got it right a couple of times last year. It's just this year they've not done so well. I mean, it's going to be a difficult one. It's hard to think that it's not going to be a McLaren winning the race. But will it be both McLarens? Because Lando's now said after his failure in Zandvoort that he's like, I'm just going to go for it because, so is he going to be... He already said that he wished he got his elbows out a little bit more with Max in their title battle last year. So is he going to get his elbows out with Oscar and be like, well, I'm fighting for a title, so, I'm reclaiming points that I lost, which, let's be honest, the team lost me. So
new engine, high downforce, low downforce?
Low downforce, yeah.
Low downforce circuit, thank you. There's my maths A level gone to crap. Wait, I didn't do maths at A level. What the fuck am I on about?
That's why you did crap.
This says I didn't do it. No, I didn't.
Did you turn up for the wrong exam?
Yeah. Yeah, I did drama at A level, so I started doing Shakespeare. I did Macbeth, and they're going, "This is a maths exam, sir."
The
That didn't
Scottish sum.
Is this a dagger I see before me? I don't know, but I mean, what's the hypotenuse of the triangle you're staring at?
I did a one-man Macbeth for my GCSE. Genuinely did. And
Sorry, I've got
that
another.
went down
I've
well.
got another one. I've got to get this one in. Out, damn decimal point.
Hey!
Excellent.
During my drama A level, I forgot one of the lines, and there was a 10-second silence, and I'd Muse's map of the problematique in my head, so I whipped off a couple of lines of that. Still got a fucking A. Have some of that.
I finally found a use for Muse.
Moving on.
I like Muse. You're all right. Don't worry.
Thank you, Chris.
Muse is what happened when the posh kids at school got given guitars instead of violins.
It's probably fair. Totally fair. Where were we? This is not good.
Monza.
Where were we?
Monza.
There we go. It's a low downforce circuit. Lando has a new engine. That might play to his advantage. I reckon there's other tracks you'd want a new engine at, Saudi Arabia or something like that. Maybe not Monza, where high speed is not hard to find. But
I mean,
it
if your
could
engine's
work.
worn, yeah, if your engine's worn, it won't produce as much horses. So you need to, for acceleration purposes, a new engine is actually a really, really good thing. This is why when we got the new rules in 2014, everybody seemed to just change out their engines at Monza, and everybody took the 30 place grid. So if you qualified last, you actually started fifth. Because everybody else just took penalties. So I actually think we might see quite a few teams and drivers taking penalties. Wouldn't be surprised if Lewis Hamilton's one of them, or given that he's already got that grid drop. It's, I mean, you just got to try something different at Monza, really. It is the quickest, time-wise, I think it's the quickest race, isn't it, of the season?
Yeah, it's fastest average speed, isn't it? I think.
Fastest average speed the laps are done in,
Yeah, Stefano Domenicali will love that, because obviously he's just said that maybe F1 races should be shorter. Just to appeal to the TikTok generation.
No, stop it.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, he said that lots of
Get
people
some
watch the
attention span.
highlights and they don't bother with the races. You can highlight anything. You can highlight a 50-minute race, mate, and they're still watching it. It doesn't mean we'd want a 20-minute race.
Exactly.
Yeah, more people are watching the highlights because that's the only thing you can watch if you want to watch it legally and not have to sell a kidney to be able to afford the coverage.
Fantastic point.
But I think he's missed the mark on this one. Yes, there are shorter series, but they are less powerful cars. Formula E, for example, the average race length is 50 minutes. IndyCar is actually longer on average, but you do tend to get more safety cars and full course yellows.
They've also been
an hour and 45.
increasing. They've been increasing their laps quite a bit this year because obviously they've now got the hybrid. This was their first full season with hybrid, so actually a lot of the races this year were a lap or two longer.
And then you get NASCAR, which, according to the infographic I saw today, the average race length is 3.25 hours.
Jesus, no. To be fair, that is too long. That is too long. I see where TikTok's coming from there.
I saw that same graphic and went, really? Because I only see like 30 seconds of the NASCAR every week, and it's a pile-up. So what are you doing for the other 3 hours and 13 and a half minutes?
Full course yellow.
Circulating very slowly behind a safety car while they clear the pile-up.
Yeah. So the problem with making races shorter is that you then change what Formula One is entirely, because Formula One started out as a Grand Prix World Championship. And in order for it to be a Grand Prix, it has to be a certain distance. So if the races become shorter, they're not, you wouldn't be able to call it the Italian Grand Prix, for example, if it wasn't 190 miles. Yeah. So that then becomes a problem. That's why you can't call the sprints part of the Grand Prix, because they're not. The Grand Prix is one race that lasts however long it takes to cover that distance, and plus a lap, I think.
Yeah, the medium Prix, the silver Prix.
Exactly, you can't do it. It has to be the Grand Prix. You can't have a Formula One race that's just like, oh, that was the Italian F1 race where we did 100 miles and it was over in half an hour.
Yeah, TikTok presents the Italian hot lap competition.
No.
Yeah, remember when we had single lap qualifying? That's now the race.
It's
Oh,
a good
dear.
race. Yeah.
Yeah, I think once again, I think we're suffering from another case of motorsport administrators are talking out of their arsehole.
Yep, that sounds about right.
It's been a theme this year.
At the F1 event in February, they all booed FIA logo. They all booed Chris Horner, but Domenicali got quite a good reception. And I'm starting to think that we still see Domenicali as the nice, fun, bubbly, a slightly upbeat, quite likable F1 Ferrari team boss that came in after the vicious reign of Jean Todt ended. And I'm wondering if basically that's just the front that we're all following. And realistically, he is a company man. And if there are thousands of marketeers out there doing research for Liberty Media, I can't remember, it's not Liberty Media anymore, is it? But whoever owns F1 now, with Stefano Domenicali imposed as the face of it, maybe we need to start looking at, is he really the best man for Formula One? Because he's got a marketeer's interest at heart and not the sport. And I know that's F1, that's the commercial rights holder will always have the final say because they need to make money out of this. But we made quite a lot of money out of it in the last 10 years. Please don't break it just to make a little bit more.
Correct. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, 100% on that one. Anything else news-wise cropped up or preview-wise or anything like that? Because I have a button I can press.
I've got one little bonus thing.
Oh, yes, you put this on the chat earlier and you wouldn't tell us what it was because you wanted to hear our reactions.
You wanted honest reaction.
Yeah.
But do we do that or do we do Sean's pit crew story?
Oh, let's do that.
I don't know. Is that a Patreon thing? Is that something I save for a Patreon?
We'll do that on the next Patreon.
Because it's sort of a real life situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely was not F1.
This could also tick both of those boxes, to be fair, but it's not involved. Well, so here's the thing. Don't think of me as weird, is what I'm going to preface this with.
Strong start.
I always like stories that start like this.
If you load Spotify, if for anyone who uses Spotify, whether you're a subscriber or
should we be
not,
doing this? Are we playing a lot?
I was going to say, could I do this now on my...
Not necessarily. You could if you want to. Play along at home, if you will.
Okay, I've opened it up.
It depends whether you're on laptop or on app or on phone, or as in laptop app or computer app. There's the button in the top right-hand corner next to your profile picture of 3 sort of outlines, and it's called Friend Activity.
It is.
I do not have that.
Back 10 years ago, they tried turning Spotify into a social media thing where you could follow your friends. So I don't think it really exists much now, but they sort of got rid of it. But you can still follow friends and people on Spotify, and you can see what they're listening to at the time. You can invite them to join your jam. You can listen to things together. I like to freak out my mate Steve, because if he's halfway through a Muse song or a National song, I'll send him the lyrics, and he'll go, "You're weird. How are you doing this?" We've got a good enough relationship that I'm not just a creep. However, that doesn't extend to the next thing I'm going to say.
Where you're just a weirdo.
Yeah, basically, that's what's coming. About 10
what the
years
hell are you doing here?
Oh. You don't belong here, man.
I'm trying. About 10 years ago or so, you could follow people on Twitter and on Instagram, and you could follow their playlists and such. And I did that to like a couple of bands and a couple of people. And still, when I click on the friend activity, sure, I've got my mate Matt Pigeon, Steve Feltham, Liam Tate, my brother-in-law. I've got all of that, but I've also got someone else.
Oh no!
I've got Crofty.
Oh wow!
who I
He
followed.
added you as a friend, or you just decided to follow him and he
I
had his
just-
setting turned off?
I just decided to follow him, and he's got some like 180 odd followers, and I'm one of them. Now, I don't really look at the friend activity thing. I really quite rarely do. But
I
every
haven't got
so often,
mine turned on, you see. So yeah, I can't see anybody, and nobody can see me. So this is interesting.
so yeah, these people, Steve, Matt, etc., now Crofty, can share the people that show everyone what they're listening to, and whether it's from an album they're listening to or a playlist. Now, yesterday morning, I was on Spotify on my computer, and I was doing some work, and it popped up that Crofty was listening to a playlist the night before. And I can't remember what it was, but I remember reading the playlist and going, oh, that's a bit weird and uncomfortable. It's called the Intimacy Mix or something like that. And I went, oh, no. Oh, I'm not sure about that. And then I loaded up Instagram and found out that the night before that was Mr. Croft and Mrs. Croft's first wedding anniversary.
Oh no!
Oh. And he'd have probably just got back from the Grand Prix,
And it was like the morning after. It was like 11 hours ago. Stevie Wonder, from David Croft's Intimacy Mix.
Right, this is where he needs to think about having like a profile for F1 people and a profile for like himself.
I quickly Googled Intimacy Mix, and it turns out there's the odd like Reddit article and things like that saying Spotify have released a sex mix personalized playlist for people's accounts.
I'm doing it.
So
I'm Googling it. Well, I'm not Googling it, but I'm searching the Intimacy Mix.
If you type into Spotify sex mix,
I
Intimacy
don't know
Mix
if I
comes
want
up.
to.
Your
Sex
own
mix.
personalized sex mix comes up on Spotify. And
Freaky
I just have
mix.
Freaky mix. Right, fuck
Oh,
it, let's
that's
see
it.
what happens.
Oh my god!
Anyone
Is this personalised for me?
Yes,
Oh,
everyone
phenomenal.
who has
Let's have a look.
Spotify account.
anyone
own.
listening to this, post your results to us on Discord. Share
gonna read mine
share the mix on Discord, because
Good lord.
everyone will be able to get the see the playlist. So
Where have we got? So we've got intimate
I'm
mix,
in trouble.
freaky mix, sensual mix, creamy mix. That's
No,
Yeah.
stay away from that.
I'm
That sounds
right.
horrible.
About 7 or 8 down, I've got one called "Songs I Want to Get Fucked To."
oh, I've got that one as
Yes.
well. I
See,
think
I've
that-
just clicked straight on my freaky mix.
Freaky mix,
Which is
right, let's have a look at the
personalised for me,
freaky
I
mix.
believe. So my first track at the top of this is Closer by 9 Inch Nails.
Right, I have that
Isn't
on
that-
my gym playlist, and yet that's not on my freaky mix playlist.
Right.
right.
Isn't that
No,
the
no.
one where the first lyric is "I want to fuck you like an animal"?
That's the one.
Yes.
Yep, good to
Yeah.
know.
Supermassive black hole.
That gives it a different vibe, doesn't it?
Just a lot.
I am just going to put mine in the chat because I want to hear your genuine reactions.
I've also got Kiss Me Where It Smells Funny by the Bloodhound Gang.
I've got something
is
called
going on?
Big
my.
and I've got something called Big and Chunky by Will I Am.
Oh,
I mean,
good
out of the
lord.
ones I've heard of, Dynamo Hum by Frank Zappa.
A bit further down, I've got Love You to Death by Typo Negative.
I'm Not Like Everybody Else by the Chocolate Watch Band.
Oh dear. What? So Paul, sorry, did you just say you posted yours in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look.
I've got track number 4 on my freaky mix is Squidward Nose by Cupcake.
Is Squidward not the dude from
Yes.
SpongeBob?
Yes.
Right, okay, so for some reason my freaky mix has a hell of a lot of Frank Zappa in. I only know one Frank Zappa song, and that's Valley Girl, and it's not on this.
I have
And
lots
Rob
of stuff
Zombie,
I have
yeah.
never heard of.
Yeah, same. So
Oh,
maybe
I
this
am
is-
the Vomit by Battlesnake.
Okay.
Oh, hello, Rammstein. I've
This
got
is-
some Rammstein.
This is a
I've got
great
Sugar
new
Babe.
game.
I've got Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh,
This is very strange.
This is great.
a mix of shite, isn't it?
anyone with
Jesus.
anyone with Spotify, look for your sex mix or freaky mix or even
I've also
even the
got Frank
creamy
Zappa.
mix, which nobody
You've
dare
got
look
the
at.
creamy list.
No, I'm just saying, get these mixes, share them in the music chat on Discord. We need to know. We need to share this. Right.
In my creamy mix, I've got some
creamy
somewhat
mix.
disturbing things, including "Gone Gone Gone" by Madonna for some reason.
Wow.
But I'm really quite confused by "Mutter" by Rammstein being in my
Wow.
creamy mix.
What?
That
So
is
I've got right.
Mine's
so I'm on
mostly
my
Jamie
laptop.
XX by the looks of it.
I'm on my laptop here, so
Different
I've got a
ideas.
limited sort of what I can see, but I've got sensual rock, makeout mix, intimate mix, sensual mix, and freaky mix. So
I've got a freaky night mix.
Oh, freaky night!
Freaky
Amazing.
night.
Okay, so
So
let's
now
have
that
a look
different
at.
stuff,
I'm gonna open
freaky.
my intimate mix. Oh, it's the same stuff. So Closer by Nine Inch Nails, followed by Love You to Death by Typo Negative. It's just the same songs, but in a different order.
Yeah. So the long story short from this is, I think I might know what Crofty was up to the other night, and I don't like it.
Moving swiftly on.
Yes.
Is that Glock going slowly?
I think we should stay on this. I think we found an entirely new podcast here. My sensual mix is "Do I Want to Know" by the Arctic Monkeys.
I've got "Do I Want to Know" by the Arctic Monkeys on one of mine. I've lost it. Sensual metal mix. That's an oxymoron if ever there was one.
Sensual metal.
Oh,
The
lots of
first track on
Danzig.
my
Yes.
freaky night mix first track is "Sex Money Feelings Die" by Licky Lee. that's a bit of that's speeding through it there.
Danzig, but please tell me it isn't Mother.
Hang on, let me scroll back up to the Danzig. Where was the Danzig?
I've got She Rides. by
I've got "She
Danzig.
Rides" by Danzig.
Oh, worryingly, Sean and I have a lot of the same songs. All I'll say is it means we listen to similar tastes.
I
in
suspect
music.
it probably does.
I did not know about this. Thank you for this, Kieran. This is
Thanks,
something to bring.
Don't
This
put
is
this
something
on
to
me. I'm not responsible for this.
This is something
I
to
am.
bring up. This is something to bring up at a party, isn't it? Like, hey, everybody, open your Spotify. I mean, an actual party, not one where you put keys in the bowl and stuff.
I mean, this is getting rather like the Valentine's Day that I think I inadvertently ruined for our friends' neighbours.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, with the
Rings a
Bluetooth
bell.
incident.
The Bluetooth
Yes.
incident. I think I've talked about this on the Patreon, but I don't think I've done it on the main show. But Valentine's weekend, and because us and our friends tend to be sort of very cynical about the whole Valentine's thing, we were just having a few drinks round at friend's house. So there's about 6 or 8 of us, and our friend Kat had just got a new decent-sized Bluetooth speaker. So we're all taking turns connecting to it and putting a couple of tracks on. And when it was my turn, for some reason, my phone just wasn't making any noise out of the speaker, but the music was playing. I disconnected and tried again, and nothing, and then gave it a third time, so I gave up and carried on. As it turned out, I'd connected to next door's TV and was playing Raining Blood by Slayer on Valentine's Day.
Nice.
I
I think I may have spoilt things.
It's not on any of the lists, is it?
I was going to say it's not in any of my squelchy mixes. Should we do a quick Is That Glock?
Yeah, press the button.
Yeah.
Go for it.
No, I'll press the button again.
Is that Glock? Is that Glock going slowly? It is. That's Glock.
Right, this one sent in again by Santerio Nasty.
Very welcome.
Had this one since June and we've not had a chance to do this one yet. But we have the traditional opening. I was born
Yay.
Okay.
In 1978,
Okay.
I began my
year
career.
then.
I began my career racing karts in 1988, and my debut in cars in 1994.
Oh, okay.
I then raced
So
in.
16.
I then raced in Formula Renault and Formula 3.
Is that all one clue?
No, that's 3 clues.
Right, okay.
Okay, good.
I felt like that's the second and the third. I wasn't sure where the cut-off was.
No. We're just short on time, so I'm kind of rushing.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
someone
Yeah.
who raced in Formula Renault and Formula 3 doesn't say they made it to Formula 1, but if they did, they would have made it in the late 90s, would we say?
Yeah, that'd be
They're
about
born
right.
78, you kind of expect sort of like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, turn of the millennium.
Esteban Tuero.
Yeah. I mean, we've got nothing else to go on.
Yeah.
Okay, good for a first guess. Next lot of clues. I've won 2 championships, which both involve Nissan.
Ooh.
Okay.
So we look at Formula Nissan sort of things.
In the 2002 World Series by Nissan, I was beaten into second place by Ricardo Zonta.
Ooh.
Post
Can't say
F1
it's a
Ricardo.
series I remember.
And my career highlights include 3 consecutive Petit Le Mans victories.
Petit Le Mans.
Is that petit as in small in French or petit as in you bastard? Petit.
Small in French.
Okay, good.
Even though the race is in Atlanta.
What? What?
It's an annual IMSA race. It's Petit Le Mans. It's held every
Career
year.
highlight being Petit Le Mans is interesting.
Yeah, it's held at Road Atlanta every
Yeah.
year, and it's 10 hours.
Mm.
So it's a smaller circuit in a bigger country, but for less time,
And not in Le Mans.
and not Le Mans.
That hasn't given me any extra inkling as to who it might be.
No, that's a post F1 Ricardo Zonta in 2002, isn't it?
Yeah, so in 2002, this person is 24.
Yeah.
So are they? If they do Formula 1, they're going to have to do it fairly swiftly.
But we've established their career highlights are Petit Le Mans.
Yeah, so if they didn't make Formula 1, I'm probably not going to get them unless they are famous for doing something else.
Shall I continue?
Yeah,
Yes.
carry on.
Yes.
We'll just stick with Tuera, I guess, at that point.
I've taken part in 7 F1 Grand Prix. So, did make it to Formula 1. My other notable open-wheeled, in quotes, achievements
Ooh.
include a second place in the 2008 Long Beach Grand Prix, but I didn't score any points from that. It was also the last ever Champ Car race.
Guest appearance, then.
And in 2006, I didn't seem to remember the Monaco layout had changed since I last drove there in F3000, so I cut the first corner at least twice during free practice.
So somebody who
Wonderful.
took part in Monaco 2006
And,
and didn't do a lot of races.
and for the final clue, pre-Spaffer, I even scored 1 podium in the 2014 Formula E season and a disqualification.
In the same race?
Doesn't say.
Sorry, so, can you say that one again? Sorry.
I even scored 1 podium in the 2014 Formula E season and a disqualification.
Now,
That would have been the 2014-15
Yeah,
Formula
that
E
was at the
season.
first season.
That was the first season.
Now, who was it? I want to say it was Patrick Friedsacker, who was on the podium in the first Formula E race, but then he was found to have been taking a certain performance enhancing white powder and got disqualified from a future race.
Not sugar.
Disqualification was for testing positive for cocaine.
Okay, I think it was Patrick Friedsacker who did that.
So Patrick Friedsacker, was he?
the first ever
Minardi-
member of the Red Bull Junior Driver Program.
Yeah, I was about to say, so was he Minardi as it became Toro Rosso?
That would be about right, I think, yeah.
Yep, he
I
would
think-
have been in the He would have been in the 6-car race, I think.
He was.
I think Kieran's got it already. I think it's Patrick Friesacker. Who was he Austrian? Friesacker?
Yes, I believe he is Austrian.
Did he only do 7 races?
I mean, he probably still is Austrian. He doesn't change his nationality just because he's not from. Unless you're Daniel Kvyat, the Italian.
Robert Schwartzman, the throws darts.
Oh, careful now. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Robert Schwartzman. I
the
don't have
racing
any nationalities, honestly.
Robert Schwartzman, the racing driver.
Yes. Yeah. If it is that, then the only clue I can really go on from all that is the Formula E clue, because in the first series he ended up on the podium in the first race when Prost and who was it, Heifeld came together.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he was disqualified later on in the series for enjoying a bit of the old Uncle Johnny.
That crash caused this podcast.
Because did Nelson Piquet Jr. end up winning that race?
By default, yes. So you're going for Patrick Friesacker?
Yeah,
why
I
not?
would have said Patrick Friesacker had done at least one full season. Not just 7 races, but fair enough. We'll go
that's
with
the only
Patrick
bit that's not
Friesacker.
sitting for me. But
Yeah,
I
I
can't say I'm a
I would say
Patrick
he's been going
Friesacker
on for longer.
expert.
Oh, well, and of course the World Series by Nissan 2002.
That as well, of course, yeah.
Oof, you know. Yeah. Okay.
I am not Glock. I am. Sorry, Kieran. Frank Montagny.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh, that's horrible. Oh God! If my dad ever listens to this, he's gonna shoot me.
Well, so you got a special set of skills as well.
Frank Montagny.
Of course, the seven races for Super Aguri after UGE Day was found to actually not be a driver.
He had his super license strict for him, didn't he?
Yeah, he was that bad. You were so close. Thank you for sending that one in, Santeri.
That was good.
If you want to send it in as that Glock, get in touch on the socials at 3 Legs 4 Wheels, or go onto our Discord and drop me a DM. I'm obviously on there as Paul, 3L4W. We have the website 3legs4wheels.com, which hasn't been updated in ages, so we'll have to do something about that. And it's got the Prediction League on there as well. Gonna have the predictions open for Monza, and I'll try to set it up right this weekend. That should be available by the time you listen to this. And you can also buy 3 Legs 4 Wheels merch on there soon. We are getting a new range of merch, and we will have more details from that next week.
New merch.
Yes, so we're all going to get our crayons and paper out and design some new T-shirts. Or give it a vague stab. Although you can't really stab with a crayon, can you? You kind of just squash
you're gonna have
it.
to take a good run at it, aren't you? If you're gonna actually have any kind of impact with it.
Yeah, and if you're old school and want to get in touch via email, it's 3legs4wheels@gmail.com. Right, individually on the socials, we are
At Sean Cowper.
At Flood21.
At Kieran is boring.
and at Pablo100. And just before we go, we will try and provide any updates that we get on whether Dan managed to catch the pigeon.
Yes. We've not talked about the catching of the pigeon, have we?
No, we haven't.
No, we got sidetracked. Dan would have joined us tonight, but a racing pigeon landed in his back garden a couple of days ago, so he's been trying to catch it so he can send it back to its owner.
So, Dick Dastardly he is.
On that bombshell, thank you for bearing with us during the long break. I'll promise to look after my health a lot more. And we will see you next week. And Dizzy, we miss you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.